microphone is Mike Benbanic. Mike, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. Chrome 3D, we saw a little bit earlier here in the competition. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Of course, World Cyber Games 2008 going absolutely fantastically so far. We've got Brazil versus Germany in what I'm sure is going to be a fantastic game of both pool and billiards here with Chrome 3D.
Yeah, starting off with 8-ball, of course. Road Dog to Germany is going to be the heavy crowd favourite. Speaking of, well, let's go through the play rundown. As you can see here, we got Guigo here, who's going to be the Brazilian, of course. He's going to be looking to actually dominate the 8-ball. He is fairly renowned as an 8-ball player. His weakness is supposedly his 4-ball skills, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in the second game when it comes down to the 4-ball tournament, Mike.
What should be very interesting for the Brazilian is that he gets to have the break, and will he use it to position himself well against the German, who we're seeing right now, of course, Jens Dick. RoadDog87 is his pseudonym, and of course he managed to qualify as the third player for the German team here. So not Germany's strongest here in Group B, but I'm sure we're going to see some fantastic play from him nonetheless.
Yeah, most definitely he is going to be pumped up by the crowd, so he will have that advantage of the home support. Home field advantage, you know, in a game like this, maybe not as big as it is in something like FIFA, but still it is a little bit of an advantage.
Well, we're about to see what's going on here with Chrome 3D. Let's find out about the game.
Welcome back into the WCG World Cyber Games in Cologne, of course. Coming to you live, I am Jackins, he's Mike Benbanic. We've got more Chrome 3D action coming up. As we can see, the player's just about ready now. Looks like Road Dog definitely got that concentration face going. Guigo looks a little bit more relaxed though, doesn't he, Mike?
Looks a lot more comfortable here at the main stage in Cologne, and I think going into this, being on the main stage, there's actually a fairly large crowd here for Chrome. And we discovered this earlier in the event. We didn't think there'd be a lot of turnout for this game, but it's been absolutely fantastic, and we're going to get the action underway. 8-ball is the game, and you know, the game pretty much sums up itself. Most people do play pool, and a player breaks, and then from there you try to pick a color or a straight ball, and whoever grabs which one gets to play on.
Well, it's going to be Guigo on the break, the Brazilian. Let's see what he decides to do here. Looks like he's going to go for an angle shot, so he's probably going to try and play the safe, Mike. Maybe even tuck the white ball into the pack, make the German actually break up that pack of balls.
And the German looking to do something rather interesting. He's going to let that run down, and he's going to play down, and here we go. We should be getting things started now.
It looks like he's actually handed over the break over to, oh, apparently not. I thought the break was going to be handed over. It looks like we got a little bit of delay. Guigo's still back on the break here, so it looks like he is going to get first opportunity. A lot of right-hand side in it. He's going to go for the pot off the break. Nothing really sunk though, so I'd have to say with the table as open as it is right now, it's going to be up to Road Dog here to choose whether he wants to go solids or stripes. And I'd have to say with the lay of the balls, I'd probably go solids at this point. I mean, you can see that the top end of the table, two nice easy solid balls on. The stripes seem to be quite up against the cushions, although the bottom of the table is dominated by the stripes here.
The solids definitely spread out, but I do like the orange and yellow set in the middle there, which should make some interesting choices. Goes for the stripes, though, and an easy put in for him there.
Well, looks like he's pretty much given position up on that shot. You can see we've got the orange stripe, which he can go for. Is he going to go for the orange? Looks like he is looking that way, so would expect him to go for the orange into the top left pocket here. Gets to put a lot of left-hand side in it to get it back down the table, though, because, well, he can't screw back being so close to the cushion as he is. Road Dog going to be looking to make his second pot in a row here. Of course, Guigo breaking. Plays it with too much left-hand side. He actually missed the pocket altogether. Did get good position, but it's not good having position and no pot, is it, Mike?
Unfortunately, he just really ruined his own position there. Now looking to go towards the 5-ball there, the orange ball in the center, but kind of trying to figure out his angles. Of course, each player is timed down from 30 seconds, so you don't have a lot of time to make a shot. Chooses wisely there and manages the pot quite easily.
Yep, he is on the solids, of course. Guigo going to be looking to, looks like he's going to go for the burgundy. That green is on, though, so it looks like he may be in two minds here. He could be thinking about going for the green, but I think the burgundy with a lot of left-hand side on that cue ball will get him back down to the bottom of the table, where he's got that green and the purple as well, just against the bolt cushion. So, yeah, here we go. He's going to go for the green and then probably try and stun the green in, then go for the purple ball on the bottom cushion, of course.
He actually played that shot really well. Nice and soft, just let the ball roll into the hole and then let his cue ball roll back just slightly. Decides to go for the 2 ball. The blue does get potted, and this is going to make his job a little harder. Now he's not going to have any choice whatsoever.
It's going to have to be the orange into the middle, really. I mean, that's the only thing that's possible on the table at the moment. The green is far too extreme of an angle to be guaranteed to pot the purple. It could go if he gets a really thin connection on it with a lot of power, but then again, I think I'd have to go for the orange. He is going for the purple, though. Let's see if he can put this in. No, he didn't. Oh, he does. He does. It just drops. I thought that was actually going to fly out of the mouth of the pocket, but it does not, and that's a 4-ball combo, so you're going to see him now go for the orange into the middle. He's got the yellow just off it as well, so opportunity here to clear up, perhaps. I mean, the black's still pretty much on its spot. We've got that green hanging over the pocket quite perilously. If he puts the right amount of screw on this shot on the orange, it's going to be set up for the green, and if he puts the right amount of right hand side, he'll be set up for the yellow, Mike.
And another excellent pot there. 2 left, of course, for that man right there. Guigo on a nice little roll here. 5 balls so far, and he really didn't set himself up too well about 3 shots ago with that orange. Did get the pot, though, and has since then kept himself in a good position. Of course, Guigo123VSRoadDog87 available for free online. So if the game does interest you, then I highly recommend you go and download it. I've got a copy of it, and I've actually become a bit hooked. So
it is quite the fun game, of course. There's the pot on that green. Not an enviable shot with this yellow, though. He's going to have to cut it quite fine into the top right-hand pocket. Going to have to get all the way back down the table for the black. That black almost, well, it looks like the red stripe will be covering the black pot, so it's going to have to be black to the middle by the looks of it. It's going to need a hell of a lot of screw and a lot of pace to get the white ball back down the table here. Either that or a lot of topspin to follow that yellow up. Time is running down, so Guigo does have to play here. Brazilian man, he's got 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Yep, there's the shot. Nicely done. Bit square on with that black, though, isn't he, Mike?
Well, he really just wanted to get the ball in there. I think that he didn't have a lot of choice with the positioning of the cue ball off the end of that shot. And interestingly enough, you know, Guigo, the Brazilian, had the break, and the German was very adamant that he take that, and surprisingly, it's worked out very well for him in the end here as he goes for the 8.
Yep, you see him just going for the double into the top pocket. It's not going to happen. It's closer to the middle pocket than the top pocket, to be quite honest. Black ball now in a perilous position, though. If Guigo does manage to get back on the table, you'd have to hazard a guess that black will be sunk. It's all up to RoadDog here to clear up, and he can do. I mean, look at the lie of the balls here. They're not impossible to pot. That orange stripe in the top left-hand pocket, though, is going to be probably the most difficult to clear. He's going to be going for the red stripe into the bottom left pocket now.
What's interesting about how he hit that 8 ball, and that's absolutely disastrous.
Sickening.
For the German player. RoadDog throwing away what could have been his. And there you go, an easy win for the Brazilian. Guigo looking absolutely fantastic in this first game here of 8-ball. We're going to be playing some more Carom. Of course, Germany versus Brazil, RoadDog versus Guigo. It's going to be 4-ball, and I told you, the crowd here at WCG here in Cologne absolutely loving it.
Absolute Carom maniacs, which is all good for the game, of course. It is. It's one of those games that, you know, exposure at a WCG tournament is only going to build the game, really, isn't it?
It's going to be. It's Caromania is about to hit the world. The world is going to absolutely eat it up, and we're about to see why. Of course, Carom, obviously, in any pool or billiards terminology, is basically kissing another ball, and we're about to find out exactly the beauty of this with the next game, which is 4-ball. It's known as Sagu in Korean, Yo Sudama in Japanese, and
billiards in England.
Billiards in England. Yeah. There you go. And basically, 4-ball is it's really about angles, Jay. It's about hitting 2 different red balls and making your opponent unable to play those red balls when you are unable to. So using your own cue ball, each player has their own cue ball. One will be white, one will be yellow. and you can't make the shot, hit at least one of the reds, and then position your own cue ball to mess up the opponent.
Looks like we are going to be going live here on the 4-ball, of course. We've already seen one lot of 4-ball, and that was Shido versus Skyless. Shido definitely did have the skills in the 4-ball to pay the bills. And really, it's all about having control over the 2 reds. If you can keep those 2 reds together and keep control of the table, nothing to stop you from linking together 6 or 7 good hits and a combo. Really, though, at this level of play, you're going to see a lot of tactical shots, and hopefully a lot of long-range doubles, because that's what we're after. Now, let's see if we can... He's going to be on the break. It's going to be RoadDog on the break here, so he's going to be looking to actually connect these 2 balls. If he does, I'm hazard a guess he's probably going to have a little bit of tap dancing going on, because it's the first to 0, and if he can just nudge those 2 balls together, he will be a happy guy, won't he?
Well, right now it looks like the game is over. They're probably going to just have a little reset here. And of course, with 4-ball, basically the idea is you see those 2. Well, now we actually get to see it. It's probably best. As you saw, yellow and white cue balls, 2 reds. You go from one, try to tap the other with your cue ball. If you do so, you lose a point, and you want to lose points. You start at 21 and work your way down. So the opposite of that is that if you fail to hit either of the red balls, or you hit your opponent's cue ball, you gain a point, which you don't want. So losing points good, gaining points bad. If you decide just to hit a single red ball, you just walk away from the table even and let your opponent have a shot.
Yeah, and it really is about, like I said, it's about putting those 2 reds together and trying to control the table for as long as possible. You're not going to see particularly too many doubles. The trick is to actually, at the end of the game, of course, when you've reached 0, you have to hit both balls and hit 3 rails as well. So sending it off 3 cushions and hitting 2 balls, quite the feat. It's going to be exceptionally hard to do, especially with players of this caliber, because they are going to be looking to hopefully try and dictate the play style by keeping those balls separate when their opponent actually gets table time, Mike.
Well, right now the referee actually in the Brazilians' booth, and it looks as though they're having some sort of technical difficulty, and some of the stage crews in there. The referee now, it looks like he's going to exit the stage, and that they're happy with how this should turn out now. And we are going to get the action underway. And yeah, there we got the OKs and the GLs, and we're starting things off with...
That's going to be RoadDog on the break.
Well, that's actually a good play. This is exactly what I'm saying. You know, he didn't grab any points there, but he did manage to put his cue ball in a good position to stop his opponent.
Yeah, very tactical first shot. Of course, he could have gone for the combo with the table being open, but decides against it. Now, oh, beautiful shot coming in. That's going to be the double shot, of course. It's going to mean that there's going to be 1 point taken off Guigo, so it's going to be 20-19 in favour of Guigo. Guigo going to be looking to repeat the feat here. Put quite a lot of... he's going to go for top spin here. It looks like, yeah, he is going to go for a bit of top spin by the looks of it. He's going to try and put a lot of top left-hand side on and screw that white ball up into the second red, of course. And is the aim of the game here in C3D 4-ball. Didn't quite get it. Too much spin on that.
Not the shot he was looking for at all there. Manages to get that first point off the board, but he's going to gain it back. Well, it doesn't gain it back, actually. He does manage to hit that red ball first, so he's not hurt there, but it looks like his opponent may not have too much difficulty. Will he wrap around the white cue ball after hitting the first red?
Well, if he puts enough right-hand side in it, yep, there we go.
Beautiful shot, absolutely fantastic play there from RoadDog, the German, who gave up pretty much that last 8-ball game on the board here, going down a point. He's at 20.
Now, this is going to be a much trickier shot, of course. He's up against the cushion, so no chance of really putting any spin on. It's going to have to be all top or check or running side here to actually get him into position to hit both balls. And he does so. Nicely done. Played it with just the right amount of pace. As you can see, though, that white ball is in a precarious position between the yellow and those 2 reds. So this, again, is going to be even more difficult of a shot. I think probably RoadDog at this point, he's going to be thinking, okay, well, I've just had 2 in a row. Maybe I should play it a little bit safe here. What do you think?
Well, I think we're about to see why this game is a game of angles. He's going to try to go left off this ball and into the second red, and going to go left side. Unfortunately, unable to do it there. Really, really tough shot.
Yeah, that was an unenviable shot by any stretch of the imagination. I really didn't see that shot being played. That's why I said maybe he should have played it safe, to be quite honest.
I'm surprised almost that he let that second shot, actually, that the cue ball go as far as it did. He almost set himself up for a repeat of his first shot. Would have had just to put some right top spin on it and bring his ball back around his opponent's cue ball. And playing it safe there.
Oh, millimeters separating from the hit though. Kind of unfortunate. Now we got RoadDog back up at the table. This is an even more difficult shot than the last time he was on the table, though. As you can see, the ball's pretty much level. No way that he's going to be able to get enough screw on that to actually screw it back around. So he's going to have to go for the double here. Have to play it with a lot of power. It's going to be pretty much full power. Yep, 83 on the ball, and he's going to do it. Nicely done. Beautiful shot. That was exactly what was needed. That was what the doctor ordered, mine.
That is exactly what the doctor prescribed, and the medicine going down well through RoadDog as he managed to take even more off his score, and now 18-20, I believe. Guigo not having much luck in these opening sessions. Brazil versus Germany. RoadDog from Germany versus Brazil's Guigo. As we mentioned before, the number 3 seed here from Germany, so not their best player, but if this is not their best player, hopes are looking good. Of course, the winner of this making it out of this group, the loser going home early from Cologne.
Yeah, most definitely. And all the players who are playing the C3D have actually improved throughout the tournament, of course. I mean, the higher the caliber of the opposition you face, the more your game is going to improve, and that's what we're seeing here from RoadDog, of course, the German now. They're going to see the Brazilian back on the table. Let's see if Guigo can get control of the table here. It looks like that's going to be good shot. Yeah, I thought that was going to be a narrow miss there, but he actually manages to connect into the second red, so knocking another point off for Guigo. Guigo are going to be looking to actually, try and control this table, try and get those 2 reds as close together as possible, and just play little pitter-patter shots and knock as many points off as possible. But again, the balls at opposite ends of the table here, and it's going to be a mammoth effort to get that white ball back up to the top end of the table.
It's interesting as when players play online, they actually receive credits for winning, and so both players have their own personal cues. And an excellent shot there by Guigo. And thumbs up from the crowd there. Good Brazilian and German bunch actually in the crowd now, so both sides having a whole chore of people to cheer them on.
I think the way that it's working, the Germans are cheering for the Germans and everyone else is cheering for the Brazilian. I mean, that's the way that it's working, to be quite honest. I'm not seeing any real Brazilian flags out there, but I'm seeing some German ones most definitely. So the Germans definitely going for home field advantage. Kind of like Eurovision, they all vote together. You'd expect nothing less, to be quite honest.
Brazil.
Well, not Brazil in Eurovision, of course. Then again, we do have Israel in the Eurovision, which, no reason that we can't pull Brazil in if we've got Israel, I suppose.
True, that's very true. I do actually find that pretty funny. Of course.
Quite as funny as Dana International, though, and that's one probably for the UK viewers. You probably weren't in the UK when I don't even know if I would say he or she, but the transsexual winner of Eurovision, which was kind of bizarre. Anyway, let's get back onto what we're here to be talking about. C3D, 4-hit combo coming up here for the Brazilian, of course, Guigo. Guigo going to be somewhat in the lead now. We don't actually have scores on the in-game, so kind of hard to keep track of, but if I was to hazard a guess, I'd say it would be along the lines of something like 18-16 in favour of Guigo at this point. Guigo going to be looking to build on the momentum that he has actually maintained here, and he's going to get a lot of screw on that. He's going to miss, though. Not enough power, a little bit more power on that, and he actually wouldn't have connected with that red. Maybe a little bit more screw back and left-hand side, and then he would have connected, but he's going to hand over control back over to RoadDog. RoadDog with 2 close reds here, and this is really the worst position that Guigo could find himself in, isn't it, Mike?
Well, basically his cue ball's just sitting in the back there isn't going to help him whatsoever. He's setting himself up to watch another point go his opponent's way. An easy shot, and probably another easy shot coming up. Well, it actually doesn't manage to pull it off. So
he did connect with the yellow cue ball, of course, Guigo's cue ball, so that is classed as a foul. He did manage to hit the 2 reds, but he hit 1 red, then the yellow, then the red, so it gets classed as a foul. It's under the rules of Caron, of course.
And that should have been made, I think. That shot there could be game-changing.
Could very well be. It's going to let RoadDog off the hook for the mistake that he just made, of course. But then again, RoadDog did manage to put a point back on the ball for the foul that he did make. So I suppose no harm, no foul from Guigo. Guigo got to be thinking at this point that he's had the better of the game so far, but he's not really put any more shots together than 4 or 5 in a row. It just seems like if with the wind in his sails now, Guigo probably going to be thinking, okay, all I've got to do is get those 2 reds fairly close together and make sure that the white ball is as close to those reds as possible with the yellow at the opposite end of the table. Now Guigo taking to the table again. I think the chances of a double here are, Mike,
very slim, unless he can really wrap around that cue ball. He's done it once. He's very, very good with getting some English on the ball and bringing it back around. Now, you're saying about, the wind not being in or the wind being in whoever sails. I really think that it's more of a case of these players slowing things down, and if the wind stops, you need to row.
Most definitely.
And right now, Guigo's doing that. He manages to pick up 2 kisses there and a point.
How much like Johnny Cash, you could jump on the Old Blossom Express and do it that way, use the momentum in your favour, and that looks like what Guigo's going to do here. Going to get the connection onto the second red, nicely done. Guigo going to look to build from this, of course. Now let's see if he can take to the table and dominate, because that red is in a fairly good position here. He can actually screw back. Yep, there's the screw. Does manage to connect with the second red, so that's going to be a 2 combo. His third shot as well. The ball's almost level here, so again, just putting enough screw on, he should be able to get back down the table as long as he plays it with enough power. Then again, he's fairly close to the cushion, so is he going to be able to apply enough screw here, Mike?
Well, I don't... he is! Absolutely fantastic shot from him. He really opens this game up now. 3 in a row. It's going to become 4, and we're really seeing Guigo start to put something together here. I'm liking it.
Well, a little bit different from John Virgo commentary there from Mr. Mike Unbelievable Ben Bennick, of course. He's getting into his chrome, aren't you, my friend?
I'm very into my chrome now. I think I think billiards and pool needs a little bit more excitement and enthusiasm in it, and I'm going to bring that to the game.
Well, Guigo's still on the table. He's bettered his 5-hit combo. He's now going to go for 6 here, and you have to say, like I said in the pre-game, RoadDog not necessarily renowned for his 4-ball skills. He's definitely got the 8-ball skills though. But if Guigo does take this, he will go 2-0 up in a best of 3, won't he, Mike?
He will, and another absolutely fantastic shot from the Brazilian, really blowing things open here against his opponent from Germany. RoadDog having a lot of trouble getting the ball back his way, and another fantastic shot. This game has just been won, I believe, by the Brazilian. It's not official, but I'm sure the wind is in his sails now, and he's just blowing across an open ocean.
Well, RoadDog's chances going down like the Titanic here. I think he didn't see that iceberg that was submerged 90% below the water in the form of Guigo. Guigo, the Brazilian, dominating now. That's 8 hits in a row. And you'd have to hazard a guess this is going to be 9, because it's quite an easy shot. Again, just a matter of putting the right amount of power and spin on it. Here we go.
And again, the Brazilian using the English to bring himself into yet another perfect position. Another shot made. That's 9 in a row, and this kid is absolutely golden.
This is going to be tricky though, because again, he's too close to the cushion here to really put screw on it. He's going to have to play it with a lot of top right-hand side and hope that the backspin actually kicks in from the check side that he's going to put on it here. Let's see if that does happen. Looks like he's contemplating actually. Yeah, you see, I didn't think he was going to be able to get enough spin on that, and obviously not able to impart enough spin on the cue ball to actually make the connection. Still though, 8 hits in a row. That was fairly epic, Mike.
9 hits in a row.
9 hits in a row, correct.
And the cushion ending that reign of terror against the Germans. And now we're going to see what the German can do. RoadDog up. Hasn't made me feel like a bit rusty having to have to sit there for the last few minutes.
Nothing more displeasing to anybody who's ever played, any kind of pool or snooker competitively than sitting out pretty much a whole frame of snooker or pool. It's really quite unfortunate. Now we're just not even going to get the connection here. I mean, he was fully set up for that, to be quite honest. So Guigo back on the table. Looks like maybe RoadDog has sort of folded under the pressure here, Mike.
He certainly could have here, as he looks to try to get around that yellow cue ball, which is a little bit in his way. Should be able to at least kiss that first red. I highly doubt he'll be able to bring it back. And he plays it safe. Safe enough too. Brilliant shot. Good protection shot there by him.
Yeah, most definitely. We can see now RoadDog back on the table. Going to have to play quite Had a tricky shot here. You can see that the two reds are actually, you know, quite a third distance away from each other, and just simple screw is not going to get the job done here.
What he really needs to do is just take his cue ball, set it up against that red, and then his opponent's going to be in an absolutely terrible position to try to gain some more points on him. Decides to open it up though, and that could actually be what is his maker here in this match. Very surprising. He could have just nestled it right up against it and then absolutely taken the game away from the Brazilian.
I think, to be quite honest, his major concern though was moving away the Brazilian's white ball, so I think probably he's going to walk away from that shot thinking, okay, well, at least I didn't get the two, but at least I made it a little bit harder here for Guigo to actually to connect with the second red, which he doesn't do. So we're going to see RoadDog back on the table, but it's looking like well, that white ball is in an exceptionally precarious position again, and really RoadDog just seemingly can't catch a break. I mean, every time that he's been on the table, that white ball's been in the way, and you can see he's going to have to play well, a lot of stun on this, and hope that he gets some kind of fortunate kiss coming back off the red to knock him onto the second red, because that white is pretty much covering any kind of angle that he can play off it, Mike.
You're saying about him not being able to catch a break. He actually broke this game.
See, bad puns from Mr. Mike Benvenick.
Look out, I'm feeling punny.
He did manage to get the second red. He did cannon off the white. He did manage to use that to his advantage, which is one of the few times that RoadDog has actually managed to use Guigo's own ball against him, which of course is a huge part of billiards. So we come to expect maybe a little bit more from RoadDog, but Guigo definitely has been on top of his game so far here in the 4-ball, also taking the 8-ball earlier on, so he's 1-0 up. If he does manage to take the 4-ball, he is going to go into the the single elim stage, because this is a qualification for Group B, basically, Mike.
Well, whoever wins this walks out of the group and into the finals, the single limb tournament that comes after the group stages, and the Brazilian actually looking really good. I'd have to say he should fare very well if he does make it out of this. All right, there though.
Wow.
The wind absolutely coming to a halt, as both players now having a lot of trouble getting themselves in a position to string together a number of shots. RoadDog obviously far behind Guigo, who I believe has 9 points left.
Yeah, Guigo sitting fairly pretty here. 1-0, of course, and then you have to play the free cushion shot. So you're going to see Guigo. It looks like he is going to get the second shot. Let's see if he can start to build from this, because sorry, I should say that was RoadDog actually who was on the table. RoadDog really does need to build some momentum here and get those two reds fairly close to each other, at least on par level of each other, so he just has to play screw or topside to actually get the second connection, and so he's not moving those balls around the table too much.
Well, he's on 21, so he's got himself back to the starting point compared to the 9 points that the Brazilian has, and he's going to manage to take another one off and do himself a little favor on the way. Should be another easy shot for him. Just get some English on the bottom of that ball and bring it back.
Yeah, he's got the perfect angle here to do so, of course. Only has to play the red to the left-hand side of the red. Yep, there we go. Connecting with the second red. Nicely done.
And setting himself up an equally... Well, no, he should make this one too, I think.
Well, there's no reason that he shouldn't. I mean, all you have to do is tap the first one and put a bit of left-hand side in, which
it's just more about drawing the ball through, and if he draws it through too much, he just may miss it.
That's a possibility, but
he does manage to do a brilliant shot there, nice and soft. And as those reds get closer together, it can become increasingly more difficult to actually hit them. This shot, however, should be an easy one. And now, for the first time in the game, RoadDog, the German, bringing it under 20.
He's left himself a fairly tricky shot here, though. We're going to see a situation now where RoadDog has actually got to play a lot of deep screw with quite a bit of power here to get back onto that red. Or is he going to go right-hand side of the red closest? He's going to go right-hand side of the red closest, which means he's going to play a lot of check side, hope to steer to veer the ball off into the second red, which he's not going to. Oh, he is going to do. I thought that was going to be a miss, though. That was very fortunate. They did manage to get the connection. He's now on the it's his sixth connection, I should say, six-hit combo. Guigo probably feeling probably feeling the pressure at this point. I mean, he did have the better of the early engagements here in 4-ball, but RoadDog seemingly found the game that had deserted him, and now back on track, Mike.
Well, Guigo definitely had the clothesline in the backyard. He was just pegging closes up, or pegging shots together. 9 in a row he had, and now it's coming the other way. Road Dogg doing almost equally as well. He's got 7 in a row, and he's really pulled this back. He's got 15. He needs to get it down to 0. Currently, the Brazilian on 9, and that's 8 in a row. And right now, Road Dogg looking very, very good.
Yeah, diamonds are formed under pressure, of course, but so is coal, and it looks like the pressure has most definitely got to Guigo here. Road Dogg seemingly dominating the table now, and you'd have to say that probably Road Dogg is going to be in the lead at this point. Very close game, though. I'd imagine only a couple of points separating the two. You see, he's just managed to rack up another hit, so that's 9. That's matched Guigo's best actual performance on the table. He did manage a 9 combo as well, but we're going to see probably Road Dogg go to 10 here. Play a lot of right-hand side. I'm saying that's going to be a very tricky shot, though the angle is quite acute, so he's going to have to play a lot of right-hand side here and hope that the running side kicks in, which it doesn't. He misses, and that's going to afford Guigo the opportunity that he has been begging for. Look at how those reds are set up as well. You'd have to say that Guigo's probably going to be able to put together at least a couple of hits from this position.
Well, Guigo, if he wins this, he walks out of the group. Road Dogg down 1 game, lost an 8-ball. We're playing 4-ball now, and Guigo and Road Dogg equally looking impressive in this match. But unfortunately for the German, the Brazilian is the man with the points advantage and comes through and doesn't manage to make the shot. It's going to throw back over to the German now, and I'm really surprised he didn't make that.
That was kind of a disappointing miss, to be quite honest, and it's really given the reins back over to Road Dogg here. Look at how those reds are positioned. This is going to be a nice, easy shot. He's going to be able to build from this. Just little taps of the cue ball into those 2 reds. He's not going to really make any distance between those 2 reds anytime soon. Of course, every shot that you do play, those reds are going to get further and further away from each other, so every shot does increase in difficulty here. You can see he's had to put 26 on the power this time, and again the red moving further and further away, but they're still parallel to each other pretty much, so only really has to worry about putting either check, spin, or topside on here, whichever way he decides to play, whichever ball he goes for first. Now, of course, you can bet on this match and all the others at xlbet.com, of course. Ton of good betting options up there. I implore you to check it out. We're also going to have a load more content from the WCG finals here in Cologne. I have to say the first day's play was great. Today's play has lived up to the expectations that I had from the first day, Mike.
It's been absolutely fantastic. I don't think the group stages could have went any better than they have. Right now, though, stringing together 3, looking for 4 is Road Dogg of Germany. Here playing C3D, he manages to hit it nice to Karoms there to make it 4 in a row. And Road Dogg now 1 away from equaling it up with the Brazilian Guigo.
Guigo at this point, he's got to be fairly disappointed with the fact that he pretty much threw away his chances of actually taking the game and what we're talking now 6 shots ago. That's the 5th combo in a row, and we are now really tied, I suppose, at this point. Road Dogg leveling back up with Guigo. Guigo's got to be fairly upset with the way this game has actually unfolded so far.
Well, right now, obviously, the crowd starting to go the way of the German. A lot of hooting and hollering off those last shots as he doesn't manage to string 6 together, giving the Brazilian an opportunity. He was 1 away from matching the Brazilian, but unfortunately unable to do it. And now, Guigo looking to end this. Can he get 9 in a row? Manages number 1 here in C3D. The winner walking out of the group stages here in Cologne, Germany at the World Cyber Games 2008 and in to the single elimination bracket. Another fine shot from the Brazilian. 2. 7 needed now to get to the 3 cushion shot needed to end it. Of course, that is probably going to be vital for either of these players. The 3 cushion shot, meaning that you need to hit the 2 reds, but you also need to hit 3 cushions.
I have to say that Guigo does look like the more controlled of the 2 players. His shot selection does seem to be better, but I mean, for the past 10 minutes, we've really seen Road Dogg in command of the game. Now, Guigo back on the table, he's going to be looking to make this his 4th combo shot in a row, so let's see what he can do here. You can see him applying just the right amount of power on the screw, keeping those 2 balls fairly close together, and that's going to be just the shot that he needed. Let's see if he can follow this up with a 5th combo, because he's going to be looking at this now and he's going to be thinking, okay, I can take this game as long as I make what is a fairly easy shot here, Mike.
Well, he's looking to make a Madonna shot here. hoping like a prayer, and he manages to do it. And also set himself up in an equally easy position as the last shot. 5 in a row. Guigo 4 away from his final shot, and he's managing to do what Germany does not want to do. An absolutely disastrous shot from the Brazilian, absolutely opening this back up yet again.
Well, it was a terrible, terrible miss, to be quite honest. He completely misjudged that shot. I don't know if that was a last-minute slip of the mouse or what, but that was off by a country mile, to be quite honest. He really should assess how he played that shot and try and learn from it, to be quite honest, because if he was going for the fin contact with screw, he wouldn't have even got the screw on it, because the contact he would have had on that shot so thin just wouldn't have imparted the spin onto the cue ball. Anyway, Road Dogg now back on the table. He is going to make the connection. He's going to look to link up a couple of shots here. And this has been such a back and forth game, really. Every time that Guigo threatens to finish, he seems to stumble. Road Dogg comes back a little bit, he seems to stumble. The 4-ball between these two players has just been so even, Mike.
7 points Road Dogg needs, 5 for Guigo, and number 2 in a row is hit. Bring it down to number 6.
Well, the Germans in attendance definitely appreciating Road Dogg's performance so far. They seem to be fairly hyped for his Carom skills, and rightfully so, to be quite honest. I mean, this is most definitely worthy of being on the main stage. Now, let's see what Road Dogg can do here. Must have quite a difficult shot, as you can see. That white ball in he can't really play a double off the. Yeah, see, that's what I was going to say. He can't really afford to play the double. Just managed to get both connections though, and that's going to be the combo. So, from this point forward, Road Dogg in command of the table. Guigo going to be pretty much a spectator. If Road Dogg has his way here, he's going to get the remaining 5 hits and then go for the triple cushion shot and wrap this game up, Mike.
Well, he's tied it up, and I think a lot of the people in the crowd just did not believe it when the German answered the Brazilian with the 9 shots in a row. Coming back, the English not helping him there, and now it's going to be back over to his opponent, who now is set up for what could be his death.
Well, Guigo going to be looking to punish the mistake from Road Dogg, and it looks like those 2 reds, well, they couldn't really be in a better position, to be quite honest. He's going to have to create a little bit of space with his shot, of course, to get the connection, but as you can see, pretty much on for some deep screw, and he's going to bring that white cue ball back into the second red. No reason that he can't start to build from this, of course. If he plays it with the right amount of power and leaves the 2 reds pretty much touching, then you'd have to say that this game should be Guigo's, Mike.
And another fine shot by Guigo, bringing the tally down to 4 for him. I must say I'm very impressed by Road Dogg's performance. He really did fight back in this match, if this is going to be the end.
It would be a fitting end, though. I mean, Guigo did start the game in dominant position, and really we did see Road Dogg stumble at the beginning. Also, Guigo taking the 8-ball. If Road Dogg does manage to take this in the second frame in the best of 3, it will go on to 8-ball for the win, apparently. So we will have more 8-ball action if Road Dogg does manage to pull off somewhat of a miracle. But only 2 more connections needed before the final shot here for Guigo. Guigo going to be looking to do it quite easily as well. You can see those 2 red balls almost parallel, but quite a weird angle there for the white ball, Mike.
I think this is going to be a very difficult shot for him, but he manages to pull it off. And absolutely brilliant backspin spin brings the ball back around for him. 4 in a row, 1 away from leaving the group stages here at WCG in Cologne.
1 away from his trick shot of 3 cushions and the double, of course, which is quite the shot to make. And
well, we saw earlier today, let's be fair, 2 players have a lot of trouble.
We certainly did. That
getting to that point.
That was Shido, wasn't it?
Making
He did seem to struggle with the final shot, of course, and that could be the opening that Road Dogg will be looking for.
This is actually, well, Shido, of course, the German in that match too. So right now, another German looking to keep themselves into this competition, and Road Dogg having another opportunity to do so right now as the clock runs in the top right corner here in Carom 3D. Coming back, absolutely devastating there, as the yellow cue ball ricochets off of 2 cushions and just does not slow down enough
I
to
think
bring
Road
it
Dog
close
just
to that
looked
red.
a gift horse in the mouth, though. That was a perfect opportunity to take control of the game back. Now Guigo with only one double left before he has to go for the free balls, for the free cushion double ball shot, and he has actually connected on that shot. So this is going to be the end of the game here. If Guigo's got anything to say about it, he's going to have to impart a lot of power on it, though. So still, those two reds are quite close. I would have to hazard a guess that as long as he gets the white ball around the table on the correct angles, no reason that he can't take this game here, Mike.
Well, I think he's going to have to look to hit 3 cushions off the bat, or at least 2 cushions, come back down, and go for the 2 reds. He's not going to try to hit a red first, because that will not work, and he's going to do exactly that. Manages to go
Here we
for
go.
one. Absolutely brilliant shot! Good game, Road Dog says. The Brazilian moving out of the group stages and into the elimination rounds of WCG 2008. The Brazilians going absolutely wild here in Cologne. Jay Atkins, what do you have to say about that?
An impressive performance coming in from the Brazilian Guigo. And I have to say the final shot that played to perfection. He got the 2 cushions. The final rail was after hitting both balls. Just played it with enough power, and you can see the Brazilian contingent in the audience definitely most impressed with Guigo's performance. Looks like really we're seeing Road Dog sick as a parrot. It looks like he's not impressed with his performance towards the last stage of that game. Guigo seems somewhat content. Still got all the work in the world to do, though, because he's now in the single elim stage.
Well, the Brazilians